Good morning, guys. There's a different type of excitement this morning. If you are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Sebs, and this is the channel where we do reactions from the treadmill. If you're returning, you know that you probably have joined me in this journey down Macdonald obsession. Totally unintended, but it's been incredible. We're going to try this. I hope that this can go up. I'm going to react to the entire, his entire podcast. So Norm Macdonald, he's like Norm Macdonald live. We're going to do episode 1 today. And episode 1 is an hour and a minute. 61 minutes. So I'm going to react for 30 minutes of it. Hit pause and we'll do the reaction to the second half in another video. We're mostly doing that honestly because I have family responsibilities to get to, so I can't take the entire hour. But it's a good thing. So that's what we're gonna do. I hope you enjoy it. We'll see with I don't know if there's copyrights. I don't know what's gonna happen. But we're gonna give it a shot, baby. Here we go. I'm so excited.
Hey, welcome to the show. This is a podcast, but it's on the TV also. And I'm here with my trusty sidekick, Adam Egas.
That's right. How are you, Norm?
Good. How are you, Adam?
Fine. Just
Excellent.
Fine. Yeah.
Your life is going well?
Why doesn't he do this show anymore,
You're
man?
always in trouble with the law?
I wouldn't say that.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, yeah, a little. I mean, I
Don't
did
you
just get out of
think that
court.
possibly we're boring the shit out of the public right now?
About Adam Egas?
Yeah, just having non sequitur talk.
No, this is not non
When are you
sequitur.
gonna
That's what a podcast.
Well, maybe we should introduce Super Dave.
Okay, so
Definitely
you
good
all
idea.
have,
Okay, this is our...
and with that, I am going to try to keep these pauses to a minimum. By the way, all right. So if I am sort of talking over them, it's because again I don't want this video to go longer than it needs to. But freak. So apparently, Super Dave is the reason y'all have been wanting me to watch this first episode, especially. So I'm excited. I'm excited.
What is the band going to play when I come out?
There's no band.
You don't have a band?
We don't have a band on the show.
But it's a talk show.
I know, but really that's an
go ahead.
old-timey
Go
talk
ahead.
show. Do bands ever help?
No, they've never done anything.
They've never done anything.
That's actually a good question.
Roots.
The Roots.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you find it weird when talk shows say how good the band is?
Always, when they come out of commercial and no one's heard the music.
How great is that band?
People are
Hey.
wild over the band.
The band.
You know what you want to do right now? Get up and dance like Ellen.
What?
All over
Hey,
the building, and we'll follow you with the camera.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be great? You could dance over women.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Have you
It's
ever
literally
done?
the worst idea I've
Have you ever
ever
done
heard.
the Ellen show?
No, not yet.
You've done a lot of talk shows.
I really have.
Talk shows are in the news now. Isn't that what you were telling me, Adam Egas?
I did.
What's the story on them?
I think we'll get to that later. We do have.
Well,
yeah.
why don't we do it now?
Can I say one thing? Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I have not seen you in so long.
I know, it's been a
and
while.
I love you. Makes me
Oh.
very sad now that you're
I've gained
a
45
man, no,
pounds.
I don't care. A man as
What?
brilliant as you are is doing a podcast for 18 people. And Kim Kardashian's mother has a talk show. I would like to kick, what is her name, Kris Jenner?
Yeah.
Right in the balls and make sure she never had another baby. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
When those girls are all old, they'll be living in a corral.
But don't you think it's good that you can reach a point where you don't have to do shows like that? Like Celebrity Apprentice. You don't have to do that show.
No. There's
Some
no
celebrities
such
have
thing.
to do it.
It's nice. Celebrity. It's like Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
I mean, I see
So he's an
something about
act,
Yes,
right?
yes.
One of the Dancing with the Stars people
Like-
is a Beverly Hills housewife.
I don't know. I don't know where I
How
heard
is she a
that. I don't know.
star? And then Winona Ryder comes out. Winona Judd.
Judd. Yeah.
And she's dancing. I don't mind seeing
Huh?
hefty women dance.
Sure, you
But
love
I
it.
don't want to see it on television.
Where do you want
What
to see
I would
it?
do on that show is I would make sure that on the side they had an Indianapolis pit crew. And during her dance, she would come over and they'd change her underwear and her shoes.
Yeah.
And then she would go back out and finish the dance.
But where do you like to see hefty women dance?
In the circus. That's where I like to see hefty women. Who the hell wants to see hefty women dance?
No, I know.
No, her partner can't believe it.
Yeah, but I.
Wait till he has to lift her up. Good luck on that one, my friend.
But I'm rooting for Andy Dick.
Yeah, I like Andy.
Yeah, you know.
Andy's a good. He's been through a lot of hell.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Can I say one thing now?
we've done reactions
he
and
had substance abuse
I can't wait for the Andy Dick episode. That's
like
gonna be
Adam
good.
Egret.
Yeah, I have had
Is
it.
that an intro into Adam's substance abuse problem?
Yeah. Well, no,
Isn't
because
that why he has
he's
marks
friends.
all over his arms.
No, those are no. It
No,
wasn't
he
like
told
kind
me he
of.
was playing some video game on the internet.
Oh,
That's
I didn't
why
know
had
you
the-
did intravenous drugs.
No, I don't. I don't do that anymore.
What did you do?
You used to do
Yeah,
that?
I did a lot of. I've done a lot of drugs.
You've
Yeah.
injected drugs in your arm?
Well, no, I never injected it. I never injected it. Yeah.
He's sober for 9 months.
Yeah, 9 months today.
That's like 3/4 of a chip.
Can't tell you how much I do.
You don't care.
No, I don't care. I don't care if he's shooting up while we're doing the show now. Now listen to me carefully.
Aren't you happy for it?
I'm so happy for
Are
him.
you happy?
But here's the thing. My favorite story of all time is Pistorius,
Oh yes,
the
yes.
runner.
Tell
Oh,
who
jeez.
Pistorius is.
Well, you know
Yeah,
who
yeah,
Pistorius
No,
is.
but for the viewers that don't
Pistorius
know.
does-
No,
He's
Well,
like
the
asking
viewers
him to
don't
tell.
know.
South African gentleman.
Well, some
Yes,
viewers
he
don't
grew
know.
up a kid.
Well,
How
he should
did that
tell it
come
to
up?
some of the viewers who don't know who Pistorius
Pistorius
is.
He's an Olympic runner who ran with blades. Everyone knows who he is.
Well, I wouldn't say ran with blades.
I didn't
that-
ask you what
that-
you would say
That's
right
true.
now.
That's,
You're
I mean,
off
no,
the drugs.
that's true.
Yeah,
I am
right,
off
okay,
drugs.
listen.
Oh
After the show,
man.
I'm gonna start. I just wanna
Pistorius
say.
grew up as a kid without legs, which is tough.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah,
His
it
whole
is.
life. He's made fun of. All of a sudden, he gets blades. He becomes
He's a hero.
the hero of the world,
Yeah.
makes millions of dollars, meets the most beautiful woman in the history of life,
My face is already
and
hurting.
shoots
I don't know
her,
why.
but comes up with the lamest excuse I've ever heard in
What
my
was
life.
his excuse?
He
I actually don't
said
know.
He was standing on the balcony on his stumps. Behind,
Oh, jeez.
beside the bed were his two legs and this gorgeous woman in the bed. Now, if I'm a burglar, I'm breaking in for two reasons. One, to rape a woman, and two, to rob everything. So if I come in there and I see, Jesus Christ, I got legs I can take her, I'm gonna do up. No, I'm not. I'm gonna go into the bathroom, lock myself in, and take a good, healthy dump. What kind of an excuse is that?
You're right. It's a weak
Wait,
alibi.
It's so
Terrible
weak.
alibi.
Yeah.
And he said he didn't know where his girlfriend was. The toilet is a foot away.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you notice if she's in bed or
course.
not?
I actually.
So what's the
I
number
don't
one reason
remember
to
the
break into a
specifics of the
house?
Yeah,
case.
I want to go over that again.
I don't break into a house. I said number one reason that someone goes into a house is to either rape someone or steal something. Okay?
Yeah, not take.
Yeah,
Oh,
And this guy
wait.
found a gold mine.
I'm
But he
putting one and
decided
two
to take
together.
a
Okay.
shit instead.
Was that really his
Doesn't make
alibi,
sense,
man?
does it? And what about that dormer? This guy who killed the cops.
Yeah. Explain to the folks.
I don't want to explain anything. If you're
Okay.
going to say that after everything I say, I'm going to leave.
Explain
I've
to
heard
me.
people
This is
say
the
that.
cheapest thing I've ever been involved
I've heard
in.
people say
If
that.
if I didn't love you, I would be so gone now. I can't tell you.
I've heard people say that.
Here is
Explain
the
to the
thing.
folks who that is.
Dormer.
Dorner. Yes, Christopher
Dorner,
Dorner.
yeah.
Okay.
Explain to the folks
6
who he
feet
was.
tall.
He was the African American.
African American
Police
great-looking guy.
officer.
His arms are like this. He can't take a bad picture. Even his mugshot was great. He goes and decides to hide in Big Bear.
Yeah.
He's the only black man in Big
I'm looking
Bear,
it
and he
up
was
on my
there for
second
6
screen here.
days. What was he going to the market with nose glasses?
Sorry.
Are you Christopher Dorner? No, sir. No, but you look like him. No, no. And then after they killed him,
Yeah.
the police were giving the story,
Meh.
and behind them the house was
Yeah,
burning.
homie was jacked.
And they
Oh,
said his
okay, I remember
daughter
this
died.
story.
We don't know. We're not sure. So you're just killing someone and burning their house, and then you'll find out later.
Maybe he's taking a dump. Hey,
Did you read his
the
manifesto?
Hey, there you go.
You know, I went to a tennis match in Indian Wells,
Yeah.
and I saw Rafael Nadal play. He's my favorite.
Rafael Nadal. Explain to the folks
good-looking dude.
who Rafael Nadal
Oh my
is.
God.
No, he, of course, Rafael Nadal. I'll explain. Rafael Nadal is a tennis player.
Rafael?
Only 26.
Rafael.
Seemingly beyond
Great
his
player.
prime.
Great player.
Rafael.
Abs like
great player, but here's the thing.
You like his
Every
abs?
single
You seen his
time
abs?
he serves and returns, he picks his underwear out of his ass.
He does?
Yes.
I've never heard that.
There's a
I've never
video
seen
of it.
that.
Show it. I
There's
brought
a
it.
video of that?
Yes, I brought it.
Well, how
For the for the people watching. Oh, okay, they had a video. They just get him up.
Public.
You just get a montage of him. That's so funny.
Hello.
What?
Oh,
That was a big
What
one.
was that all about?
That's what she said. That was a big
You know
one.
what I was thinking, though?
Do you remember the girl that got stabbed?
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Monica Seles?
A long time
was
ago.
a
Why don't
long
we talk
time
about
ago.
Columbus?
No, but I'll tell.
No, here's the thing.
Dude,
know, I
homeboy
hate-
is balding. That's why he wears the head.
That if Kim Kardashian
Yeah,
were to go to Vegas,
yeah.
she could do Carrot Top's act and take things out of her ass. That's what Nadal reminded me of.
That's a pretty solid idea.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't understand that.
I don't either, but
Well,
I'm just
you know,
behind, I
Carrot Top
respect
takes
that
things
idea.
out of a trunk.
Yeah, oh, I see. I
She
see.
could take it out. Am I going to have to explain everything to you?
No,
You
to the folks,
really
explain
get-
who
oh,
Kim
Rafael Nadal is
Kardashian
balding, by the way.
Because I think
Explain to the
joke
folks
was
who Kim
predicated on
Kardashian.
knowing that she has a big ass. Wasn't it?
People don't know
Sorry.
that.
Young people don't know.
Everybody knows. Have you seen the pictures of her?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. You showed them to me.
Go ahead.
Adam
Yeah,
Eagle.
she's gained a lot of. You
She
gained weight.
gained a lot of weight. So
Yeah,
did
so
you.
I
is this
gained
guy.
45 pounds.
I was gonna say something actually.
What?
Well, I thought you'd been gaining some weight.
Yeah, I gained 45 pounds.
Why?
Are you okay? Yeah, what's going on?
I'm doing it for a movie.
For what role? What's the role?
What are you playing, Jackie Gleason? What do you mean?
It's
you're
not a
doing it for
particular movie. I just think they always need a fat guy in a
That's
movie.
got to be. You're doing hard.
You're paying it
rolling hard.
forward, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm going to lose it though.
Yeah, it's the heaviest I've ever seen.
And since I've gained it, I sweat like a
yeah, you sweat
I noticed,
like
yeah.
a whore in church. I don't mean to be what? I don't mean to be filthy, but
whore in church.
yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats. Because
Putting like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
okay, come on.
What do they keep?
Did you read his
Did Chris
manifesto?
Dorner happen during this
Did you read his
episode? They keep bringing that up.
Yes.
I wanted to get your take on it because I've read bits and pieces. Now, explain what did the manifesto cover? Like, what was he talking about?
Well, it said this the you know
Looking that up.
the streets of San Diego would run red with blood, but it also said that he liked Lisa Lampanella's act a lot. Did you know that?
You did?
Yeah, he mentioned a lot of celebrities.
He said Lisa Lampanelli.
Lisa Lampanelli, who else?
Jeff Ross.
Jeff Ross. He likes the roasts.
I believe he said. He said he was going to oust the attorney general for the fraud he was. Also, he thought that the Big Bang Theory jumped the shark season 3. I think.
He didn't really say that, but he's using.
2 women on a bridge.
Yeah.
One says, you know what, Helen, I've always wanted to pee off this bridge just like men do. She
Yeah.
said, go ahead, there's no one around. So she goes over the railings, drops her shorts, sticks her ass over the railing. She says, come here, I'm going to pee right down there in that canoe. Said, it's not a canoe, it's your reflection.
Oh my! Oh no! No! That is this. That's horrible.
Your asswipe producer just held up a sign, let's take a break. Where are we going? We're talking to 6 people. You know, we could get on a bus right now, the 3 of us, and yell out the window and reach more people.
Listen, what
What?
about this?
What?
Adam Egget likes to tell jokes. You like to
don't.
tell jokes. What if each of us, each of you told a joke and decided who was the better joke? Adam Egret will start.
That is such a great
I didn't stop reading this. I pulled up
You
the guy's
started.
manifesto.
Wait,
It is
wait,
actually
wait,
kind of
wait.
troubling.
Say a
Sorry.
joke.
You
Let's
want me
take
to
a
just?
break. Let's take a break.
Yeah, I think
Your
we should
producer
probably
wants
take
you
a
to
break.
Okay, we'll take a break and then we'll do
Tell me this is the man
We're
great.
not doing the jerk off.
joke.
Oh, it's a
joke
joke.
off. No,
Yeah,
we're not
wildly
doing it.
different.
We're not doing it.
You don't think you can take it?
Dude, this show's so great,
That's
man.
what to do with it.
This is
We're
fantastic.
taking a break.
This is fantastic, bro.
It's a sing-along tour, Michael. About 6 months ago, the
Okay, so
Sing-Along
that's who
Society
Super
of
Dave
North
is.
America called and said, Super, we think you could help us get rid of profanity on the highway. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, have you ever pulled up alongside a car and seen someone singing to a record? They're happy. It's very hard to sing a swear word.
I'll say it is, yes indeed.
So they felt that if I could go on a week-long tour, we're going to cover about 5,000 miles. I'll be singing night and day. That maybe I could be like a Pied Piper. People would follow me, start to sing along, and then when I left, I could leave kind of a musical highway through the world.
Wait. He has a bike up there. That's awesome, dude.
Super Dave
Oh,
Osborne
man.
on the Super Dave show.
One of the best. I was raised on that show.
You were?
Absolutely. Not
Filmed
literally.
Oh, was
Toronto,
it okay?
Canada.
See, I have no
A
idea.
little side thing about that show. I'm gonna tell you two quick stories, okay?
Mm-hmm.
One, the first Super Dave we ever did, I was on the CN Tower. It's the tallest structure
I
in the
know.
world, and I was gonna jump,
Yeah.
but I yelled down, which was 5 miles.
I like that you told the folks what CN Tower was.
Yeah.
Tell the fuck.
So you're
You know, this could be your kind of. I
Nice.
tell you, this
Nice.
reminds me a little bit of Mike Douglas.
really?
And I'm going to tell you the greatest talk show in the history of talk shows
Yeah.
was Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas.
And his co-host was Sly.
Now people are going to think that's Michael Douglas. You should probably
No,
explain to
Mike
the
Douglas.
folks.
Yeah.
Who's
Clarify.
watching? Is this in the United States?
Well, I'll explain. it.
Yeah, no, don't explain everything.
Mike Douglas.
Oh,
Mike
you
Douglas
just
was
take everything out of it. There's no sense being here.
I'm saying to the folks at home that Mike Douglas was a talk show host, someone in the vein of Merv Griffin. He was a singer.
Call me when you're through, because I forgot what I
Because I
was
wanna-
talking about. Okay.
And he had a talk
His
show.
co-host this week was
And every week
Sly
he had a co-host.
of Sly and the Family Stone.
Sure.
And he was stoned out of his bird.
Probably
So
3
they
hours
opened the
late.
show, and he says, Sly, I understand you're getting married. And Sly said, we're going to play 2 engagement on Sunday, and then Monday we're going over to Cleveland, and then we're going to come back. He said, no, aren't you getting married?
What?
I don't know if the Horns are going to be there for this engagement, but hopefully we'll be all right. We'll play and get it done. And Mike goes like this. So let's go to commercial. Now, as Sly is sitting here, he brings out Peter Marshall
Yeah.
from Hollywood Squares. Peter sits right here.
Because the idea of the show is
Oh,
to
don't
mix.
do this, don't do this. And he says, Peter, who's a great guy, by the way. Peter, he says,
son plays
you're
baseball."
taking Hollywood Squares to Vegas. You're taking it to the road.
Yeah.
He says, yeah. He said, are you going to change it? He says, no. He says, when it comes to Hollywood Squares, you got to call a spade a spade. And Sly turns.
Oh,
to
Hollywood
Peter
Square. I remember that show.
and said, I'm going to get you. They go to commercial. They come back, and Sly is still staring at Peter. And Mike Douglas now says, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to bring out the smallest man in the world, Ringling Brothers' own Mishu the Midget. And this guy comes out, and he is the smallest man in the world. Mike picks him up, puts him in the thing. His shoes are like this. That's what you see. And so what you see on camera now is
I have
Sly
a
still
nephew-in-law
staring at Peter.
who has dwarfism. He's the man.
Talking to me.
Shout out to him.
And he says, Mishu, how old were you when you joined the circus? And Mishu said, "Bro." He said, what? "Bridget." No, when did you first join? He said, "Grad." He said, do you speak English? He said, "Brit." He said, oh my God, let's go to commercial. They come back, they bring out his interpreter who is wall-eyed. And that's what you had for the last part of the show. Sly staring at Peter and a wall-eyed interpreter with a midget who didn't speak English.
That's going way smoother than this show.
I had a little guy on my show that I found in the
A little
Royal York.
person.
A little person.
Should explain to the folks.
And he was an alcoholic.
Explain to the folks what
And
Like Adam
we
Eager.
put him up. Yeah, we put him up at the Royal York Hotel, and I would get calls. Mr. Einstein, your midget
The Royal
is
York
walking down the hall.
is a
and
very
his
Hashtag
famous
dwarfism,
hotel in
dwarfism awareness.
Mr. Einstein,
Whatever.
your midget is walking down the hall in his underpants. I said, first of all, I don't own him.
Yeah.
He's a guest on the show, and
Who
don't
said
call him
that
my
to you?
midget. The Royal York called me. The hotel.
A hotel. Oh, a person.
Yeah. So we had him, and I could not, he's the only person that made me laugh all the time because he didn't. I was doing this thing where I was explaining the entire layout of the compound in miniature. It was a 7-minute ad lib. And behind me, I had Fergie, who was the little person. He looked exactly like Ronald Reagan in a suit and tie, teeter-tottering with fish. We had gotten a tank of fish that balanced him out. So they were teeter-tottering. I'm trying not to look at it.
All of a sudden, change hits the floor, and he says, "My money!" in the middle of me talking.
Yeah.
And then the stagehand went, "Shh, shh, no, but it's my money." So we had to redo it. And then another time, and this is horrible, but it kills me. John Biner was the host of Bizarre.
Yeah, he was the host. For the folks at home that don't know, he was a famous impressionist.
Can we explain what the Bizarre is? It was a TV show in,
Yeah.
I believe.
You
I
should
think
like.
part of the reason Super Dave got John Biner to host was because he could do a lot of impressions and a lot of characters.
yes.
John Biner was brilliant.
So it was just John Biner and a
So
bunch
Super
of
Dave was a
Canadian-
big show. Like,
It's a great show. Went 6
comment down
years
below any
before Super
clips
Dave
you
did
recommend
it.
checking
Oh,
out.
I know. I wasn't saying it was an epithet.
I didn't
meant
watch that show.
I liked it.
Don't use epithet when you don't know what it means. We went over words before this show, and I asked you, do you know what epithet means? You said no. And now you use it.
I don't know what.
Let me
Let's
ask
look
you
that up.
this,
No,
though,
let me go on with this story.
Oh, is there a story?
So,
Epithet definition.
Biner brings me out. I was also the producer on the show.
You played.
And he showed.
And you played the producer.
Oh my God. And he showed a clip of me screwing up. So I said to him, you know what? I quit. Go to Hollywood and get some coke sniffing producer. I'm gone.
Anyway.
And we're walking down the hall, and I'm talking about human decency.
Here we will take a pause in case you're curious. Epithet, a term used to characterize a person or thing, such as rosy-fingered and rosy-fingered Don, or the Great in Catherine the Great. Ah, word.
And how to treat people.
It's an
We
epithet.
go into my dressing room, and it's a freak show. I've got a blow-up doll on a swing. The kinkiest
Oh, jeez.
place. I open the shift robe and take Fergie out. He was sleeping. Put him on the ground. He has bunny shoes on. I snap a rubber glove on his head, and now we're walking. And I'm talking about human decency and how you treat people. We come to my car. I have a blind limo driver. I open up the trunk. I throw Fergie in, slam the trunk, get in the car. I tell the blind driver to take me home. He hits the wall. It's another car, into a tree, back. All of a sudden, a storm hits. We
Super Dave
race
TV series,
inside
guys.
because you know the Toronto
We'll have to check it
storms.
out.
Explain it to me.
The Toronto Storms are incredible. No, they're incredible.
Word.
Okay. We're in here eating and drinking, okay? All of a sudden, I realize 45 minutes later, I left Fergie in the trunk. I run outside, I open the trunk, and he looks at me and said, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Now, Bizarre was a variety show. Adam, you
Oh,
told me
man.
something I didn't know. He said you worked with Red Fox on a variety.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm dying to
I
hear.
produced Red Fox Variety,
You told me he just worked on it.
worked on it.
Well, that's. I mean, according to your
What do you
Wikipedia.
think I was, a stagehand, you douchebag? Worked on it.
Not the
Did you
first time I've been
do
called
your
douchebag
notes?
today. No,
I
I
want
got
you
all my
back on
information
drugs.
from
I'm
Wikipedia.
serious. I
Yeah,
want you back on stuff so you
this
know.
close. I'm gonna do a
No,
shot
I'm
next
sorry.
break.
That's
No,
just-
it's
I'm
true.
just teasing
No,
you.
no,
He's
no.
kidding you. He's kidding
No, I
you.
clearly.
knows I'm
clearly.
But
kidding.
did you have a
Yes.
question?
Yeah, I had a question.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing about Red Fox.
Oh, okay.
I loved him because he was unbelievably funny. Here are two quick Red Fox stories, okay?
Yeah.
We're meeting at his house.
Red Fox. For
Ah.
those who don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, but seriously, do it.
Most people know him as Sanford and Son. He played Fred Sanford.
Right.
Which was his father's actual name.
Is that right?
You know, if I had steroids, I'd take them right now.
Steroids.
Ah.
I would take them right now. Just for my arms would pump up, I'd get you in a headlock.
Yeah, if you just look up Red
my
Fox,
goodness
it's Red Fox with two
I've
X's.
never heard such a thing.
Well, it said
Said
never on
by
a
a
talk
guest
show
to
before.
a-
A guest
to a
on a
host?
talk show
Oh,
host.
okay.
Nothing was said like that to Dick
And
Cavett.
two D's. Red
Tell him with Dick Cavett.
Fox.
Oh, well, Dick
No,
Cavett was-
forget it. It's not worth it. Okay, so
Because at first I just pulled up the picture of a red fox.
at Red's
House.
home. Now, Red liked to do grass, cocaine, and sex. That's
Absolutely.
what he loved to do.
Absolutely.
But we're down there, we're meeting about the show, and I see Slappy White, an old-time great comedian.
Oh, Slappy White, yeah.
An old-time
Hysterical.
comedian named Slappy.
Slappy White.
Slappy White. He'd wear a white glove and a black glove, and at the end he'd put them together to show solidarity between
Oh.
the races. After
Oh.
his very funny stuff. He was
That's
actually
cool.
had a partner, Slappy White.
What was his partner?
Slappy comes down the driveway.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
cool.
look outside, and I see Red has 4 dogs. And they're half human and half dog. They're the biggest dogs I've ever seen, and they haven't eaten in months. They're roaming around the campus. So Slappy comes in. He said, "Hello, Chief." He said, "Hello, Slappy." He said, "I'm meeting with Blindstein." My partner was Alan Blythe, so he would combine our names.
Blindstein?
Blindstein.
Blindstein.
You go down the pool house, and I'll be with you in a minute. Slappy said, "What about your dog?" He said, "You motherfucker, I've known you for
jeez.
fucking. My dog ever touch you?" No. And we watched, like on Cinerama Dome, Slappy's, Red's dogs chase Slappy around the yard and into the pool with his clothes on. And no one stopped anything. And all Red said was, "God damn, they did go after him." He said, "Now listen, what we gotta do." And then another time, first show, okay?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Red Fox. And we had this giant tenement that turned into REDD, and he came out from that.
You know what a tenement
Music, music.
Yeah, it's like a neighborhood, right?
Nice.
You know, I would rather do a show with
Look.
I would rather do.
I'm the same way, bro.
I'd rather do a
Like,
show with a signer.
man, sometimes I think about, like, I worry about my lack of vocabulary.
All right, you told me, let's take a break. I'll show you a break.
If I were to be asked that in the spot, I would have freaked
So,
out.
There's no,
No,
red.
tenement.
The audience is applauding. Music's playing. I stopped tape.
I'd have
I go
freaked
to his
out.
restaurant, I'm knocking on the door. I hear, "What?" I open the door. There, Red is sitting in his makeup chair. The girl who's doing his hair is sitting on top of him. So her dress is over his legs. And
Oh,
I said,
my-
"Red." And from under her dress, he said, "What?" I said, "We're on camera." He said, "Can't a man relax?"
That was a great fucking story. Let's take a break.
But what do we take a
That's-
break for? This isn't a television
What do we
show.
Yeah, we got.
You don't have sponsors.
Can we find any Red Fox on YouTube? We might add that to the queue, baby.
Who do you have?
No, he has
Red
a
Fox
sponsor.
stand-up.
Call one of them right now.
No,
I trust
He
me
has
after
a
this.
sponsor.
I got it. No, don't
Because he's
explain
an
it to me. I
alcoholic.
got it. You're explaining me them. They got to
No,
know.
folks.
How
gonna take a
sad
break.
is it that a talent of yours has to do this? You should have your own talk show on a network.
Oh.
He gets one on Netflix, doesn't he?
Yeah, Daniel?
What happened what happened with that,
Do a
man?
little news.
What happened with his
Yeah,
Netflix
we
show?
got some news pieces.
What the
we're gonna
fuck
go
are you
over.
talking about?
Don't tell me it was one of those woke
We're gonna come
cancellation
right back
things.
after this and cover some news stories. It's gonna be badass.
It's gonna be bad. What?
I'm excited. I'm single.
Get out there and get some new ass. You know what I'm saying? Huh? You done ran the other ass in the ground, right?
I don't want to talk about my wife like that.
You ran that ass in the ground, and you're moving on, right?
Well, I didn't run any. We had a nice marriage for 10
No, you ran that ass in the ground.
I
and
don't
you're moving the fuck
run
on.
people's ass in the ground.
This
All
is
men do.
this Curb Your
It's
Enthusiasm?
not a negative thing to run an ass in the ground. That's all.
You ran that shit in the ground like a rental car.
Great.
I haven't watched that.
Super Dave is Marty Funkhauser on Curb Your Enthusiasm. What's happening with Curb Your Enthusiasm? They left for a year to do a movie?
Yeah,
That sounds odd.
I know it is odd, but
Is that going to work?
Huh.
I don't know. I hope we come back. I love that show so much, and people love it.
Oh, it's
people
great.
I never watched
How
it.
about How about
Oh,
the
you-
Pal-
I've really never watched it.
Chicken at
That might be
Pal?
good.
Oh, it's a
Was
that
great
the
one.
greatest?
That was the greatest.
Guys, do I need to watch it?
Down there with that hubcap.
Comment down below. Do I need to watch it?
Yeah,
I'm
He's
sure.
screaming anti-Semitic shit, and then he comes down
While-
like a
while-
lord.
I think
while
JB
he's
Smoove
having
is hilarious.
sex
Yes,
with,
and then he comes down and introduces her to me.
Yeah.
Martin, this is Martin. Oh,
Oh,
right.
Hey,
Adam
that's
had a
polite.
question he wanted to ask you about your comedy.
Yeah, I've been chomping at the bits to ask this one. I've been thinking about it all week. Norm told me to come up with some questions for you, and I've just been dying to know where do you get your ideas from? We have some news stories here. I just wanted to cover, let's see what's in the news.
Sorry.
You know, we got this one here, the international news. We have a new pope, and
How about all that crap made about that?
What?
With
Yeah,
the
they've been
black
talking about
smoke
that.
and the white smoke and the millions of people.
Yeah.
I know the last thing the cardinal asked is, okay, before we elect a new pope, everyone raise your hand who molested a kid. Unanimous. I would like to see this. I brought this clip. Run it. This is how I would like to see the election of the pope.
The election of the Pope?
Yes,
The
run
election
it.
of the Pope.
As, here it is.
Here it
well,
is.
this isn't the.
No, this
this is-
isn't it. Oh, there it is.
there it is.
There's the crowd. Now watch.
Okay.
Watch. All right, the door's going to open. And there's the, there's the
Oh,
pope.
man, that's not,
That's the pope.
We should
I
explain
guess
to
it is
folks
funny he
that
did that. Jeez.
Michael Jackson. the
Let's
late
explain.
Michael
Yeah,
Jackson.
explain who Michael Jackson is for the people.
Everyone knows Michael Jackson. What, are you retarded?
Did you see Latoya kicked off of the thing?
Yeah, 2 weeks
This
ago.
show's so
think-
great.
That if you took all the nose skin that had been taken
Dude,
off,
I just
the
got a
Jackson's
sliver
face,
caught in the wall there.
you could make a tarp to cover an infield.
Why didn't you answer his question?
What was his question?
Ask him that.
Don't ask that
Sorry,
again. That
ask
was
that
the
again.
dumbest
Too loud.
goddamn question I've ever heard.
You just want to know where you got
Yeah, well, I gotta tell you
You
where I
were.
got it at Ralph's. That's where I got it.
Any particular Ralph's,
Yes,
or-
no, it's at Beverly Hills Ralph's.
Okay.
Got it in the
On
meat
Bever-
section.
the one on Beverly.
Beverly Drive. Okay.
This next story, speaking of Ralph's, well, I guess it doesn't
That was
relate
sure
to
cut
Ralph.
together great, by the way. You got
Yeah.
a crack staff. Maybe allow the blind man to do other work, okay, than edit. He should be outside begging for money so we have more money instead of this. Did you see this? Cardboard piece of shit.
We should explain to the folks
Explain to them what's going on.
that Super Dave is addressing Daniel Kellison, the producer.
Oh, yes, Daniel Kelson, our trusty producer, who I think's done a great job, personally.
Oh, suck his ass, because you're not coming back unless you do. Okay? Go ahead.
Listen, the next story we have is in health news, actually. And no offense, Norm, but I think you should probably pay attention to this. Let's take a listen.
Researchers at Harvard found that 1 in every 10 U.S. deaths is a result of too much salt consumption.
Now, I smoke like a chimney.
Idiots.
I'm a
You do,
terrible.
really?
I do. I'm a terrible driver. I've dated some.
FYI,
I've dated some women.
I'm drinking
that
water with
probably own
salt in
guns.
it.
A lot of things would have to
Real
go
salt.
very,
I'll
very
put the
right
link down
for me
below.
to die of salt. The only thing I can pray for is that I die of salt and not, begging for mercy. So I think that's nonsense. That people should be afraid of too much salt. Now I know you eat a lot of salt though, Norm. We were discussing this earlier. And
You know what it's like? It's like I'm in a drag race car, and I just left the line, and I'm told that there's something wrong with the fucking motor, and I got to put an emergency brake on at 90 miles an hour, okay? And I'm sliding all over the goddamn track, out of control.
And all
We're talking about
All
this
of a
news.
sudden, we're doing Meet the Press. All the humor's gone. Everything is gone. Who gives a shit if you're? Did you show a clip about dying of salt?
Oh,
But he had all
man.
his jokes for it.
They're not
No,
jokes. They're not
those
jokes.
aren't jokes. Those aren't jokes.
That he has some trouble with other things, and if he had salt, it was, you didn't get that part?
I got some of it.
I'll tell him
In
about it.
entertainment news.
This is where he tells jokes.
All right, go on.
No, this
Sorry, I didn't
isn't-
realize
this
that.
isn't
I didn't
jokes.
realize
No,
that.
not jokes, but
This
Go
is we're supposed to do news. In entertainment news, this is something you guys both wanted
to it.
discuss. Let's roll the clip.
Oh, not another one.
Oh yeah,
There's
you know
no
what? There is no
clip.
clip.
I don't look like
Let's
him.
roll the clip, and it's a picture.
There.
This show
talking about Jimmy
is
Fallon, by the way, not Jay Leno.
I tell you, even the
No one
prisoners are
looks
going
like Jay
back to
Leno.
the-
Well, I'll explain what's
cells.
I'll explain what's going on here. In entertainment news, you guys know that Jimmy Fallon is stepping in as the Tonight Show host. And
Oh, this is
You
when
don't
that was
know
coming
that
out?
yet?
No, we don't know.
well, it
that.
says it right here on this card.
and
So
all-
it has
This
to
is
be
how old
true.
the show is?
That's not been
No,
announced.
because you could be sued.
Yeah, you could be
And,
sued
and
for that.
from the money
Wait,
I've seen around this show, you don't want to be sued. Believe me. I
probably a
asked,
good
can I go
point.
get a coffee at Starbucks? And they said, yeah. And then the guy went like this. I had to give him money.
We're going to pause it here. The reason I take offense with the Jimmy Fallon thing, by the way, just because I think he's an idiot.
My dressing
Okay.
room was also the makeup room.
You had a dressing room?
Yeah,
And I think he's a
really? Why are you
weird-looking guy.
surprised? What do you have a
Which would mean that I'm a weird-looking guy. Sorry.
Conjecture has it that
Oh yeah,
conjecture
all right.
has it.
That sounds good.
There you go.
And now there's word that Jay Leno
Jeez.
may be moving to Fox. So I don't know. I don't think that'd be good for. I don't think he'd
well,
have good
Super
numbers.
Dave has probably been on all the talk shows for a long time.
Oh, you must have some
He could
great
probably, he could probably
stories.
rate the talk show hosts, like who is best, who is.
That's a great idea. Can you do that?
No, I wouldn't do that. But I will tell you, in the day when I was lucky enough to do the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, it meant that if you really killed the
It's
next
crazy how
day,
way back when he goes, huh?
it was spectacular. And now, it really, I mean, it doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. I don't think you get a start anymore on a talk show. I don't think they have the power anymore. I mean, Johnny was huge.
Yeah, you hear about the
Letterman
stories.
was great. I'll tell you who I love is Jimmy Kimmel too.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
But you hear about the stories about back in the day and the guys that sometimes.
Do you guys not know what he's going to be like in
care about anything else
Well,
with
the near future here?
So many people, and it was just so much fun to do that show, to make Johnny
sounds
Carson
cool.
laugh, and Ed was great. I went out there once, and I always brought him a gift.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember
So I
this.
gave him a Super Dave wallet, and I gave Ed a
So
Super
I need to
Dave
cut this
wallet.
video, but
And Johnny says, "You don't have to do this." I said, "It's the last time." I said, "Your stage manager back there said, oh, there goes Mr. Kiss him up. Give him a gift so you'll be on the best of Carson." I said, "I am so insulted. I am furious." He said, "Please calm down." And Ed says, "Hey, there's $10 in here." And I wait. I said, "You got the wrong wallet." He's on the best of Carson.
You had a great.
y'all, we're going to finish that tomorrow. Or whenever I can come back and finish this. Oh, this is great. Dude, I hope this doesn't get put down. I don't know. I'm not finding a lot of the full episodes or whatnot on YouTube and stuff. So if this gets cut out with copyrights, whatever it may be, maybe I'll start a Patreon account or something. I don't know. There's part 1. Part 2 with episode 1 with Super Dave coming soon. And hope you enjoy that with me. On to the next one. Keep moving, keep walking, keep enjoying your life. You got this. Peace out.